This is Terrell Carter, and you are listening to Brunch in the Basement with Javon and
There
Terrell.
we go.
Hello. How
There
are
we
you?
go. Hey.
How you doing, sir?
I'm wonderful. Just trying to work it out. Work it out. I was pressing so many of the wrong buttons, so I'm glad. How you guys doing?
We're
We're
doing
good.
we're doing fantastic this morning, Terrell. Thank you for joining us. We've been playing your music all this morning. But that last one, Javon,
Yeah, man.
what's that title?
What's
Born
that
to Love
title?
You. That was Born to Love You. I did that actually on Empire.
Okay. So
Dope. Dopeness.
what's been going on with you, man? How you hanging in there? What's happening?
Just doing a little bit of everything, and like this whole lockdown and everything with 2020 and all that. I was telling everybody, so many people are saying 2020 has been, bad. And I was like, you know what? No, it depends on how you look at it. I've just been in that position where I'm just, just kind of, just shook up with everybody else. But yeah, things are going good. Things are really going good.
What are some of the things you're doing to cope right now with all this going on?
Well, first of all, I guess I stopped looking at it like it was something that I needed to cope with something. And I thought about it and I thought, this is not actually a bad situation. I needed a break from things anyway. And it's hard, in the industry that I'm in, when you take a break, the world is still going on. You can't stop when, this industry is still going on and everything. But, I looked at it like, this is a blessing in disguise, and this whole thing made people look at things and look at themselves and look at where they were and look at, what was going on, instead of just saying, I'm alone, or I'm, going through this, I'm going through that. It made you just kind of take a look at where you were and what you needed, instead of, and whether you decided to do something on that, and that was on you, but yeah, that's really what's been going on.
Okay. So singer, actor, and now author.
Yes.
Baby. Now, you're going to have to peel back the onion on this book and the inspiration for this book, Problem Child. We need to know what that is.
My story, I think I realized what I was talking to some friends earlier. My story is what I'm here for. It's what was embarrassing to me when I was a kid. It was something that I didn't want anybody to know. And then as an adult, I realized the singing, acting, and everything else, that's just a platform to bring people to me, and my being and who I am is here on this earth. And I believe this wholeheartedly to be a healing to so many people that have gone through whatever it is that they've gone through, and including myself, to continue to still, be that. And so my story, the way that it came about, there's just no other explanation for it. So, that's how I look at that thing.
And telling your story, requires a whole lot of transparency. It's not for everybody, No,
it's not.
One thing that's true, everybody has a story, but everybody may not be able to share their story for whatever they're still working through, or whatever that is. And you wrote a book about it. So hats off. How do you
Thank
feel?
you.
Was that cathartic? How did that feel? How did that process feel for you?
It just flowed, because I was ready to tell that story and have it publicly, told long before it was ever out there. So I was like, it was me being able to open up, that situation. I was already, I had come to peace with certain things. I had forgiven certain things. And so it was just me. The forgiveness was writing about people that had long been gone. Some people had been gone, and I had forgiven, but forgiven somebody from their own eyes instead of just from my eyes. That was the biggest thing about writing the book. It wasn't just about me forgiving them because it was the right thing to do, and I had to move on, or forgiving them, and that was just how I felt about it. No, it was like, I'm forgiving you, but I totally understand, even when I didn't want to do that, like my father. You know, I didn't want to understand what he did and how he felt, but when I did, it was just mind blowing. So I think that was the difference.
And was your dad, and I haven't read it yet. I'm probably gonna let you know that, but it's on its way to me, hopefully. And I hope everything in the mail. By the time we got you, we couldn't get the book in our hand. But if you have a copy there, I want you to hold it up because our show is international, basically, and we got national audience, but the international audience is even bigger. So just want to get the face of the book out if you have a copy of it on you.
I don't have it with me. They can go to my Instagram, Terrell Music, and the link is in my bio. But it's on Amazon and it's on Audible because it's also in my own voice on Audible.
Audio books.
That's what I was going to ask. Do you have an Audible copy? Because you are an actor, and so the voiceover part should have been kind of easy for you. What was it like? Okay, so once you wrote the book to tell the story on Audible, what was that experience like? Did you have to take like tapes or?
I mean, it was just easy. I didn't want anybody to tell my story but myself, and no one could because my story very much has my family involved in it. So I wanted to you know, to have so many different inflections. I wanted to be different characters as I did it. So I said nobody can, and I wanted to not only be acting. You know, when I did it, I wanted it to be interesting. I've read audiobooks. I've heard audiobooks before where a person is just, you know, it's just one voice and they're just reading it. You know, I wanted to act it out. I wanted different people's, you know, voices to be different. You know, so I wanted to do it, and I was blessed to be able to do that with Audible.
Nice.
Can I ask? Because now that I know it's on Audible, I'm going to download it today. I'm absolutely going to get it.
Thank you.
Because, like Terrell said, we've been playing your music all day, but in preparation for the show, I bought a lot of your music and
thank you.
Listening to it, and let me tell you, boy, what? I'm like choices, and stalking all your, you know, YouTube videos and stuff. You're amazing. But back to the Audible book real quick because I have a lot of questions, but I'm a woo-saw on it.
No,
but, you know, I'm a little shy. No, I'm really not. But who's of every character, because now you're telling us that you wrote about your family. So I'm not going to say character, but out of all of the family members that you imitated, I guess, or acted out, who was the most difficult, and who do you think you nailed the closest?
Because my aunt, she wasn't the most difficult. She was actually the funnest to be, because there were so many things that when I was a little boy, the things that she said were hilarious unless she was talking to me. But when I got older, I was like, oh my God, this woman is hilarious. She said things to people that I didn't understand how she could get away with it. But it was difficult because I miss her so much because she passed away.
Oh, sorry. So sorry for your loss.
They're all dead, actually. So, you know, but she was the most difficult because I was thinking of this things. I'm like, oh my God, I remember that, you know? And it was difficult because she's gone, but she was the one that I enjoyed the most.
Do you have any personal rituals that you do to honor them in their passing?
The book is a personal ritual. Like just, I was like, boy, this is a release that I can give out in honor of all of these different people. It's not just characters. These are people that I loved, I lived, I enjoyed, you know, and are still to this day a part of me.
Let's talk about acting for a minute, because I mean, you know, Terrell, I've had the pleasure of you know, and I'm a little biased, everybody, because you know I know him personally, but and you know he's a good friend of my wife, but I will say you have a really amazing stage presence. And there's a difference between being on stage and having a presence on stage. You know, like you can seriously be a scene stealer just before you even open your mouth. Okay.
Thank you.
And you know, and I know that, you know, we were talking about how we show up. There we go. I was talking about how we show up in the world, you know, and you show up a big, and if you see him in person, Javon, You know, he's quite majestic because he's, how tall are you, Terrell?
6'5".
6'5".
6'5".
6'5" of
That's where the rest of my height went. He got my height.
there it is. There it is. There it is. So he's 6'5", of all sculpted, just beautiful, and the smile that just, it's a megawatt smile, and just a loving soul. You know, it just immediately, that's before you even know anything about his personality. That is what you feel in his presence, and he's a good time. You know, so.
Thank you.
Talk about the acting. How you know, because sometimes throughout, and I can keep it funky with you, you know, because in the basement, that's what we do. We have unorthodox conversations and we bring it all together. And how has that either helped you or hurt you in your career choices?
The acting, I wasn't an actor ever. I was a singer who just so happened to be in the right place at the right time as an actor. And I said, okay, I'll do it. So it never did anything but added icing to a cake that was already baked. So I just have never had anything that was a hindrance, but it has helped me, but it wasn't something that I had chosen anyway. I never set out to be an actor.
Mhm.
Those things just kind of came, you know, on top of it. So it was always just great because I didn't plan to be an actor ever.
Okay. But yet there you were, all over, from theater to television, you know,
Mhm.
and holding your poise, doing it
Yeah.
all. You know, I enjoyed watching you at Empire. It was just like, I had to go back and listen to what you said, because just the idea, sometimes I can't hear over my own internal joy, you know, so I have to go back and actually listen. But good to see you there. And do you have any future projects that you are either writing or
Well, I'm doing my book #2, because the way that my story ends, once you read it, you'll realize that there's room for something else to happen. So I've been writing that throughout the COVID thing. There's another television show that I'm working on right now, but as of right now, everybody knows everything's so up in the air. We don't know when everyone is going back. You know, so you know, I'm just enjoying being where I am, and I'll, you know, see what happens. But yeah, that's where I am right now.
Mhm. And
So,
how,
you mind asking what the name of your book is?
I
So that
haven't decided yet. Well, the name
oh,
of the book, the first one you mean, is called Problem
right,
Child. It's called
Problem
Problem
Child.
Child. My book is
Let me write that up for everybody.
it's called Problem Child, and it's the story of my mom, who was 11 years old. She was special needs, one leg amputated at birth, and she was special needs, and she was taken care of, and then she was molested by someone from the same family, who, that's my mother and father. And the story talks about her and how I was born under this umbrella of suspicion and secrecy, and the different trials that I had to go through because of that, and realizing that I wasn't nothing like her, nothing like the family, nothing like, you know, and my origin in itself was a blessing. So the stage was set for me to probably fail, but it was actually set for me to be able to be a blessing, you know, across the world. And I didn't know that yet, but that's what this whole story is about.
That is an amazing story.
Thank
Just
you.
that right there, just that piece
Mhm,
right
mhm,
there, and for you to be an amazingly beautiful specimen of a Black king,
mhm,
standing strong and in power, doing the things that you are doing, accomplishing the things that you're accomplishing with the demeanor that you have.
Thank you.
Now, obviously, I don't know you personally, but Therese does. And if you're in that particular circle, then I know that you are good people.
Thank you
So
so much.
I'm just in awe. Um, Everything that you were born into was for purpose,
mhm,
and you're living
Absolutely.
it. You're a blessing.
mhm.
You're a
Thank you.
blessing, and that's what I'm feeling right now. And you're a powerful example of God's grace and goodness. So I just thought I'd step back in
Javon
and
can
let
be a
let her
little
think.
Javon can be a little music snob, and you know, and we get on her about that because she's a purist. You know, she's a turntablist, she's a purist. You know, when we have like little meetings afterwards, production meetings with one of our producers, and I said, well, how about such and such, and we'll throw names out, and who is that? What is he? What's happening? What's going on? So I said, so it was a joy. It was an
I don't
absolute
really
joy.
sound like that though.
It's like, but it was an absolute joy to introduce you to someone with the personality type like Javon, because she's such a purist. And then when she goes and gets the music, to turn her on to something or someone, it really makes me happy, you know, particularly when she likes it. You know, it's like, oh wow, you know, then it becomes this
I
thing.
love it. This is a love it. You have a vocal
Thank
range, and that is phenomenal. And it's not only that. I mean, like, a lot of people are blessed with a vocal range, but it's what you do with it. It's your
Mhm.
choices.
Choice.
You are,
Tasty.
oh my goodness, tasty choices.
thank
Yes.
you. Thank you
Yes.
so much.
Yes.
Singing is what I was blessed with, but singing is like another language for me. So thank you so much.
Mhm, mhm.
Could you flesh that out a little bit? Singing as a different language?
Well, singing to me, like when I was a kid, when I learned to sing, I didn't know that everybody couldn't sing. I used to think that everybody could sing like that. I would hear Stevie Wonder and Aretha Franklin when I was 6 and 7. I was like, oh my God, I want to do that. I thought we just had to choose how we wanted to sound, but I thought everybody could sing that way. And I was like, I'm going to sing like Stevie Wonder,
Mm,
Aretha Franklin, Karen Clark. And,
mm,
and and those were my influences. Actually, those were my true influences as a kid.
mm. Go right there with Stevie too, because I had every single Stevie was my go-to to get me through a lot. I would turn my lights off in my bedroom at my mom's house and just play back to back Stevie Wonder albums in the dark.
I love him.
Oh my
His
God.
words and his lyrics, jeez.
Oh my God. Yeah, he's still a go-to. Yeah, still a go-to. And what did Pop say? We have a whole chat room going on right now because we're covered across a couple of platforms. So we have Facebook, Instagram, we have YouTube, which is where the show is piped out of too. And I'm looking at all the comments back and forth. And from the name of the book that we just announced was Problem Child.
Problem Child, yes.
Problem Child. Okay. And Pop says, remember, Carter is not just a name, it's a lifestyle. Yes, yes, yes. His name is also Carter. You know, my married name is Carter Thorpe. And it seems to be a Carter affair today. So that's wonderful. And, you know, Terrell, how did you and Mo meet?
How did me and Monifah meet? I clearly don't remember. It felt like we was always family from the beginning. I don't remember because it wasn't at the thing. It was something. I don't remember. I really don't remember.
Okay. Okay.
In the industry, I'm sure. I don't know if it was an event or something, but it's just been years ago. I don't exactly remember exactly where.
Okay.
How did we meet? We've always known each other, it felt like.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it feels like that in person, you know.
Yes.
It feels like that in person. And Pop just said that you guys had a great time in the DR at the festival thing.
Oh my God, we had a great time.
Yeah, yeah. And that's another thing. Hopefully we'll see you back in September, right?
Yeah, we're trying to figure that out now. I want to see how that whole, thing plays out. If we're going and, we're going to have the mask, are we doing the distance stuff? Are we going to be able to go and have a good time and, do what we do? Because I'm definitely going to go with that in mind. But, depending on how that whole thing plays out. So we'll see.
Yeah, yeah.
But I want to be there.
Yeah, we're all watching. Only thing we can do is set it up.
Yeah,
and,
that's all we can do.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, absolutely. And by the festival, we're talking about the LGBT Arts and Culture Music Festival that's done every year. The COVID-19 thing has affected us all in that. And
absolutely.
We just, and we're taking every step we can to make sure it's a healthy run. And, a lot of it depends on things outside of ourselves. So we'll see.
Let me ask you a question about, because we're talking about going to Mexico. So we're talking about the beach. So you're beach body ready. It looks like 24/7, 360, whatever. I mean, like, you just got this man. Let me just say to the men, all right, if your body is not together, you want to not be in the same picture with this hunk of goddess. I mean, well, not goddess, but he looks like a daggone, chiseled to the. What is your workout regimen?
I think that, to be honest with you, I used to tell people that with everything that I had to go through, that was the thing that God blessed me with. I could really eat anything. The only thing is I don't eat anything now because I'm always concerned about what's inside. So I cut out a lot of the sugars and stuff, but it's just a lot of it is genetic. So I can really just work out and Here I am.
What?
6'5". Everybody's
Yeah.
fainting. I could see them on the chat fainting.
Mm.
Mhm, mhm,
Adonis. That's what Pop said. Adonis.
mhm. So so you don't have a regimen?
I mean, nobody does at this point because anything that you had was knocked off when the gyms closed, and I had to like buy things and start getting creative. So no, I mean, I just work out. I work out and I eat, you know, moderately good, and that's just it. It is what it is. Because at this point, I'm just it's just like I'm maintaining, and my body just pretty much stays this way.
Okay, okay. Because I saw you out there protesting, which
Absolutely,
is
I
great.
could not be out there.
Right, right. And it's just we are on fire on this end too. I know you're in
Absolutely. I'm actually my friends are here now and they're waiting for me to finish so I can go. We're going to go out today.
okay.
Like there's not going to be a day that this happens that I can't be out there on the front lines. Absolutely. So
And tell us in your own words, because I mean I can create words for you. I don't have to, but tell us in your own words why it's important for visualization in this
because
particular.
it's nothing like you've seen on Instagram. It's like you see it on Instagram and you think, oh, if they're protesting or you're scared of the cops and all that. And there's fears, but I was just firsthand, it showed me like somebody's dying for me. Somebody died for me. Somebody lost their lives for me this year, 60 years ago, 50 years ago. And my appreciation, my one thing that I have is my voice and my opportunity to be a part of something that is for me and for everybody else and for the voice that's going to come after me. And there's a chance to be not just a part of something, but this is something that's going on that has never happened before. And the world is recognizing that we are in a state of emergency with African American people, and I need to be a part of that. And the fears may be there that, I may have the rubber bullets, I may get trampled, I may get shot, I may get pushed, I may get things, but guess what? That's what people have been getting anyway. So if I'm going to put myself out there and put myself in harm's way, I'm in harm's way if I don't. Because if I don't go out there and protest, this is the kind of stuff that's going to happen to us anyway. So either I can go out here and be protesting and it might happen to me, or I can sit back and not be doing this, and this can be happening to my people and I say nothing. I choose to go.
Mhm, mhm,
Yeah,
mhm.
absolutely.
Exactly. Exactly. Well, thank you for your presence, and that is what it is. I don't know if we showing up in black and brown bodies, I don't know if we have a choice in the matter.
Yeah.
Unless you
Well, yeah.
have some
That,
situation that, that's going on with you uh, medically that requires you to take more self-care, and being out there on the front line is one thing, and doing other things the best you can outside of the front line. We don't want anybody to get hurt or compromise themselves, but it's necessary that this continue. Absolutely. Thank you.
absolutely.
Thank
Thank you.
you. It's a it's a long road, and we all are hoping on this end that they are not only convicted, but they are sentenced, to a very long time for what they did. But moving forward, we want legislation and reforms to a lot of systems that are here, from education to prisons to you name it, and also more economic equality. That
Yes. Well, today, like even with this today, I'm like going out. We have a group of people, a group of actors, and some other people that we're meeting in front of the actual office for actors, which is the SAG office, the Screen Actors Guild, and we're getting ready to really, just show our presence and show our not appreciation for people. This is not even about me coming to show my appreciation for people. I'm appreciative of all the other non-Black people that are out there to help me, but this is me going out to exercise my voice because this is what it is. So we're getting ready to. One second, everybody's all together, and more people are coming in now, and we're about to head out there, and it's just like it's surreal. Like even though it excites me, I'm so happy that we're watching change right before my eyes. It's a shame that it has come to this. It's a shame, but it's a shame, but it's a good thing that it's come to this, because this was not only a wake-up call for the world to see and say thank you so much that the world is saying that, but it's for African American people, for Black folks as well, to be like, listen, you guys, we need some more structure. We're the most talented people on the planet, but yet at the same time, the leadership, that we lack, the leadership and the togetherness that we have, within our own communities is also a problem. It's something that we also need to face and say, let's go. We got to do this, because it's not enough to just point the finger and say that they're doing something to us. It's enough to also point the finger and say what we're doing and we're not doing for us. So, that's what we're getting ready to do as well.
Okay. And it starts from your protests start where out there?
On Wilshire Boulevard in front of the SAG office. As soon as I'm getting ready to get off here, we're headed out this door right now to go and do that.
Okay. Well, Terrell, I want you to be super careful,
Thank you.
And
it is emotional.
But before you leave,
but
I'm sorry, Terrell. Before you leave, I just want you to say hello to this young lady.
I don't know who this young lady is, but I refuse to, and I'll pass.
You see, I knew that there was going to be a lot of hate because I was going to come on here and look better.
Maybe I got there's a deep hate for this young lady that's coming on here, and I hate that I was sideswiped with your presence on here. You guys don't understand. This is my sister.
Because you're such a dumb.
This is my sister. We always got something to say. And when we were at the LGBT Fest, and I was singing my song, and it was funny because I had been up. I did a performance the day before, and I had been running and screaming and having drinks, and my voice was going on. I was like, I'm gonna bring the mic to her, and I gave her the mic in the first 2 lines, and she went and took my song and went 3 levels higher. I snatched it back, and I was like, wait a minute. I may be hoarse, but this is my shit. You don't outdo me on my song. But I love you, Bo.
Hi, Boo. I could not let this opportunity pass with you being on and not getting on to tell you how much I love you, how proud of you I am. And I just love you. And people have no idea how much history we have. We have a long history of knowing one another, and it's been awesome. He's a mess. We're both Carters. Yeah, we like each other. So I just want to tell you how proud I am of you. You're sharing your story, and because I think it's necessary. We all have one. Anyone, no matter the platform, no matter if you're well known or not. But I really appreciate you because you are such a visible and talented guy. You sharing your amazing story. It's necessary.
Thank you so
much. I didn't really get to hear where you're going. You're going to protest for what?
We're going to protest, and we have a group of people that are, this is like the actors, the entertainers, and we're getting ready to just get together. We get together. It's just like a group of us that are like getting together to keep each other company as we protest.
Right.
But because I went down the first day, I was going to the bank, and I was like, you know what, am I going to do? Because at first I didn't know if I was like, this is dangerous. Should I go? Should I not? And the first day I went and protested, I was by myself, walking right into the crowd. And as people was, oh my God, are you Terrell? Yeah, absolutely. Hold my hand and let's go and let's stand up for each other. Because right now I'm looking at you, not down at you, not across from you, not thanking you for your support, not signing autographs. No, I'm here because if I don't walk in this, there's a chance that we won't even have this anymore. There's a chance that I could get back in my car and I could be George Floyd. It's that important to me.
Of course.
So that's which is
incredible, because I'm gonna call on you to be a point person for the call of action that I'm doing. That I will be, publicizing. When I say publicizing, I'll be letting people know on my platform, and I'm gonna call you because I love the fact that you are passionate. As you should be as a Black man in this country. I want you to stay safe because I'd be devastated if anything happened to you. But I'll be calling on you so we could lead the charge further in spaces that we need to further it to
Absolutely.
quell all of this foolishness, right?
Absolutely. Yes.
I mean, I mean,
Absolutely.
you better be
Thank you.
safe and great.
Yes, I am. I love you guys. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you guys for taking the time to just let me come on this platform. And people out there, we are not done. This is so emotional for me. I'm a mess right now when it comes to this. I have been in tears. I've smiled. I've yelled. I have. It's just and I didn't expect to have this response. I'm a man who has always worked in any platform, so it was never not that I didn't feel racism, but I didn't feel it at home. If you understand what I'm saying,
Mm-hmm.
I have friends of all walks of life, but just in the last few weeks, some things happened, even in my own personal life, that made me understand that no matter how many movies you got, no matter how many books that you may write, and no matter whatever, you're in that same category that the person that would do this to somebody, they would put your big black ass in that same category, and this can happen
Amen.
to you. And my thing is, I'm not exempt. I'm not even more fortunate. I'm not somebody who is lucky. I am him. I'm the guy who just so happened to not be in the same place. And because of that, I need to have my ass out there, and I need to let people know how important it is for me to show my presence, to let them know that I don't care how many white boyfriends that I've had. The blackness is what I see when I look in the mirror. And I need you to understand how important it is to know that we got to say something. And not only am I saying something, when I look around and see the whole world is saying something, it's like Simba would have looked around in the Lion King when he roared, and they start running, and you don't know that his father is behind him. You got that kind of presence behind me. This is the time that I need to be roaring. And I'm going to go. And I'm tired. I'm exhausted. I'm tired of going out there from 10 hours and 8 hours a day. But I'm going out there, and I'm going to give them everything that I got, because that's exactly what needs to happen.
Terrell, tell everybody how we can find you. Tell everybody how they can follow you, please.
Terrell Music is my everything. Terrell Music at Terrell Music is my handles for Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, TikTok, all of them. And it's the same thing. And they can follow me on that. Facebook is Terrell Carter. And you guys can follow me, find my book. My book is also available on Audible. And I am so appreciative to share my story with everybody. And I'm going out here to continue to make history for myself and my personal life, and with all of you who I love so much, without you, it would be no me. And so I'm here.
One last thing before you go, Terrell. We're going to send you out with prayers. Give us a drop real quick. You're listening to Brunch in the Basement with Javon and Therese.
This is Terrell Carter, and you are listening to Brunch in the Basement with Javon and Therese.
Look at
Love
you,
y'all.
professional.
I'll see y'all
Thank
later.
you so much.
Bye-bye.
See you later.
Thank you.
Love you, man.
Whoa. Okay.
Beautiful.
Let me tell you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Monifah in the building. Hey, baby.
Who's that?
Hey,
Who's that?
you can't call me
She
baby.
looks familiar.
No,
Very
kidding.
familiar.
Hi, Javon. I'm kidding, baby.
How you
Hi,
doing?
Javon. Hi, Therese.
Can I just say before you speak, and clearly, let me just say that your hair looks lovely, darling. I just had to go there.
I figured that I would look like you and Therese when I got up here. These are my boho faux locks, and I am doing a short shout out because it's she's a Black owned company, a Black woman from the UK, and she saw a need and she filled it. She said, I'm gonna do this. And she went and created, these amazing faux locks that are so easy to install. Boho locks. So you go to BOHOLOCS.com to see how fabulous. And she has a lot of tutorials. I'm really huge, and I'm really doing a lot of research because I'm turning our household around, and really researching all of the Black independent and all the Black companies that we will be supporting going forward, as many as we possibly can, and being very mindful and understanding and researching the products the mainstream products that we do consume and purchase, because we have to understand what the hell they stand for. And if we're paying for our own demise, so to speak, we got to stop. You understand? So I urge everybody to begin to do that. At Ally, Black, whatever, however you identify, please, I urge you to do the research on the products that you are consuming and investing your money in, because you could be absolutely tying the rope on the tree to lynch yourself. That's just plain English. That's the hard freaking reality of it. So that's what Therese and I are doing in our home. And then I have something that I have a call of action that falls in the same vein, because I think this is where we absolutely need to really focus on, because without this, we don't have anything and we cannot change things.
Yeah. Absolutely, Mo. Absolutely. And that's, one thing that I've been calling for, which is economic boycotting, which is something that they understand.
They understand dollars and cents. Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't give a shit about people.
Yeah. Clearly they understand protesting. They understand that. They get it. But what really slaps them upside the head and makes them act a little better is when you get in a pocket. Think Selma. You know what I'm saying? When they realized that people were not going to get back on the bus. And that's why, I just want to say that the July 7th, one day economic hold your money is a good start.
Yes.
But it needs to be long standing, because if you withhold your funds on July 7th and then go and buy that thing you was going to buy on July 7th on July 8th, what impact did you really make? You got to say, I'm not buying your products. I am not sitting in your restaurant. I will not allow you. I will not give you the money for the rope, like you said,
Right. Right.
And just my feeling about it. And then you got to go out. And I had mentioned earlier to Therese when we had done those videos for voting, and you said vote like your life depends on it. I just might try to find that clip and just replay it over and over again, because if people didn't get it then, they certainly are getting it now. I'm going to shut up now. Go ahead.
I think that we have already had a head start, because we've been locked down on COVID since like about March something. And, it only takes 21 days to change a bad habit, of consistency. And I think we've all gotten used to living minimally with what our essential items are. And I think that if we continue in this mode and coupled with, for your essential items, try to find Black and brown businesses to support for your essential items, I think that we are a running start in that. I think that we right now, because it's clear that us in this mode is hurting the country's economy, right? Because throughout those stimulus checks for us to cash and give right back, right? So given that, if it's hurting, and we know it's hurting, because they tell us every day we need to stimulate this economy. So we're on to something. So the idea, because some people see a boycott as not, and although it is not, right now in this mode, if you can redirect where you get your essential items from and then live just this way, because guess what? We're all here to talk about the fact that we've been living through COVID. Some of us are not so fortunate. Some of us are not here. My prayers to those families. But the ones who are, you've been living essentially all this time, right? So, given that, we can continue. You've made it. So all those fringes that we used to doing every day in the Starbucks and this and that and all these other things, we didn't need them. We're in our homes, we go out shopping, we go covered, and we come back home, So if we can continue doing this until changes are made, okay? Until changes are made, we're on to something, good people.
Babe, let me say something, because you made that point. I've heard you make that point so many times here on this platform, and it has to be said every day. But let me add on to that something way like resources, because if you don't know where to look, Google's your friend. But I'm going to tell you right now where you can start. We Buy Black on Instagram. And let me say that Black-owned companies have everything, from my research, have the gamut covered as far as essential items, toilet paper, hygiene products, household cleaning products, skincare, everything you need that is in the mainstream. We supply as small Black-owned businesses and large distribution. Larger, you know what I'm saying? There's to grow them, we have to be patient, we have to support, and if it take a little longer to get your shit, just be patient. You know what I'm saying? We patient for Amazon, just be patient for ours. You know what I'm saying? And to piggyback off of, to speak to something, We Buy Black on Instagram. I don't know what it is on Facebook, but there's a family that did this for a whole year. Although it was very difficult, they did it. We got to get uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? We're taking a lot for granted. I think that George Floyd, his purpose was to wake us up in a real way. And I mean us as a country and as a globally, as a world. You know what I'm saying? Because clearly this earth is cleansing and shaking some shit off. Let's be clear. My wife always says this. The earth is shaking us off. And if we don't get it together, we're not going to have any, because it's really not about us. It is about our children and our grandchildren. And we got to move out the selfish space. And I'm so glad that I've gotten older and that I understand it. My self-absorbed piece is gone. I think that happens with age and a little bit of wisdom, and a little bit of self-work. But it ain't about me. It ain't about you. It ain't about you, Rez. It ain't about you, Javon. It ain't about y'all grown-ups out there. But to all the young folk that are listening, it is about you. And although I or anyone on this television, on this broadcast, may not live to see it, just like our forefathers before us, all the way back to when we were voted over this month not by our own volition, but forcefully brought over here to be laborers to build this fucking country. We have had people we're standing on the shoulders of some amazingly strong people, and we gotta fucking step up, because we're not matching their fly, so to speak. You understand? We have to sacrifice. We're too coddled, and we have been conditioned to lay back. We have been conditioned to lay back. You understand? We have been conditioned to allowing the rope to slide over our heads and grasp our necks. We can't breathe. All of us. George Floyd couldn't breathe. Eric Garner couldn't breathe. And all of the thousands upon thousands of Black lives that have been snuffed out, murdered by the system, because it's the system that's allowing this brutality to play out. And if you're not speaking out, you're complicit. That goes for all allies, anybody. This affects you too. I don't care what culture what race, how you identify, this affects you too. This is a global call to action and emergency, period. I have said my piece. I am done.
Well, thank you. She ain't done. She's just done for now. Because these are the conversations in our household on a daily basis, and I'm really blessed for my biological and my chosen family. We're all in this together, and we have to get through it together. key word is through, and enough is enough, and the time is now. Mo, thank you for dropping in today and sprinkling your magic on everything and saying hi to Terrell, and
that's my baby. I had to get on here. I had to pull it together because I couldn't get on here, because he's so fine. And I know he would talk shit if I came on here looking less than this. And because I really wanted to. And yeah. I just had to put a little bronzer on, and the highlight. I know y'all don't care about this, but the ladies out there understand what I'm saying. I love you guys, and I'm so grateful to you guys for having this platform and giving a voice to people that may not be seen in the mainstream, but that are very important to our culture and what we need to see. So thank you guys. You guys rock, and you guys rock. Peace.
You rocked first. You rocked first. You were the first one to ever rock. You rock.
You're right. No,
you.
I stand on some big shoulders.
Well, while we got you here, tell everybody where they can find you, because we're gonna steal a drop. So.
Oh yeah, but y'all got many drops. Anyway, you can find me on all social media platforms at the Monifah, and everybody says the. I say the. It's THEV, MONIFAH, the Monifah. And it's soon some other places, but just please stay tuned because I will be sharing some amazing news that I actually want everybody to join me on Tuesday. On Tell It Tuesday. I don't know, I just came up with that. But Tell It Tuesday, I will be presenting what I want you all to be a part of.
Okay.
Tell It Tuesday. You know what? Should we do like an extra show or something?
I was gonna ask you guys, can I get like a little time?
When?
So, on your show, like a segment, maybe an hour on Wednesday. On Tuesday. Let's see what that looks like. Because I do have a lot of things to say, Javon. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No.
I'm sorry. Yeah, you got a double dutch. Yeah, with me.
I've been telling you since this show began that it's yours.
I'm ready. I'm in a place where I'm ready. And I'm on fire. And yeah, so I'm ready. So let's chop it up, guys, about it. And to everybody.
Wait.
Sorry.
Your wife asked you for a drop. So what we don't have is you visually giving us this drop, because we can see you now.
I know. And thank God. And thank goodness I got myself together. Well, you got to, because I've been walking around looking like God knows what for like 3 months because it didn't matter. Who cared? Like, you know what I mean? And I felt fabulous, but yeah. But you were looking the same way, so it's fine. That goes both ways, lady. So this is too fun to be, to get spruced up, So here we go. Hey, it's your girl Monifah, and you are tuned into Brunch in the Basement with Javon. Okay, no, did you just listen to that? Okay,
we're gonna keep that.
That's fine, but let me get it right.
You know I am, and I'm gonna send it right back to y'all. That's what I'm gonna do with that.
What's up? It's your girl Monifah, and you're tuned into Brunch in the Basement with Javon and Terrell.
I really like that. That was so sweet. That was, you know what?
I'm sweet on Saturday.
Claps. I got to give you a clap for that.
To everyone listening in, I love you. Thank you so much for the support of this show and globally, the global audience. Mwah, awesome. I'm so thankful that you guys see the importance of this platform. And thank you so much for all the support that anybody's ever given me out there. Love you, and I'm out. I got hair to do. I'm a beautician. Huh?
Real quick again, because when you did it before, Rez, you had her, and it was like she couldn't. you kind of held her down, and like a lot of people don't know, but you can't. The average Joe cannot just say to Monifah, "These are the rules, and this is what is gonna happen," because Mo runs shit. So, but when you talk to her, she seems a little more willing to follow the rules. Like when we did rapid fire before, which was kind of funny because she really didn't follow the rules, but y'all made it happen. So it was really cute. And since we do have a lot of loyalists, like, and what I mean by that is supporters, people who support this platform, and this is a special moment with Mo yawning on our show, you know.
I didn't sleep well. I don't know what happened. I did not sleep well. It was crazy.
But if we could do a quick rapid fire, and then I will say, all right. Bye-bye.
See, this is what happens. So let me just tell you, although I think you should know, background Betty, that we do a segment called Rapid Fire. And Rapid Fire is a word association game. I say 5 words, you tell me the word that comes to mind. Okay?
Yeah, I'm so familiar. Yeah.
All right.
So you get what you get.
So Rez, you do all 10. I don't want to give her any words. I want you to rapid fire your words in front of us.
Absolutely unfair. Okay. I will not stand for it. I'll leave right now.
Don't go. Oh, come on.
I'm like, come on.
All right then. All 10. Looky.
Shit.
So let me give myself a little
This is for you, Jay. The little bridge. I want you to follow it. Okay, good.
Ready? Ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Community.
Necessary.
Economics.
Wow. Unjust.
Prisons.
Death.
Children.
Future.
Adults.
Wow, it's not one word, so I'm trying to, okay, because I just excuse my mind. Whatever the single word is, but do better. Okay. I can't think of it right now, but.
Love.
Everything.
Therapy.
Healing.
Patience.
Key.
White people. That's a word. That's a word.
No, it isn't.
That's a word.
No, it isn't. Privilege.
Change.
Quintessential.
Thank you.
Monifah, I love you for that, baby. Terrell, you
I don't know what happened to my face. Let me. We're overtime, right? I know you guys are overtime. But I just want to say this. It's been a struggle for me the last few weeks. Because I've always had a sense of kumbaya, in a sense, not, where it's, on, where it's just, oh yeah, no, everything, it doesn't matter what happens. But I've always looked at things as they come, like each situation as it comes. What I found is that this incident that transpired, this murder, this took me in a whole. I've had to manage and really pray on my perspective, what's happening, what happens in my heart when I see specifically white men. I've never felt like that. I always like, okay, that motherfucker's bad, like, or he has the issue. Always knowing that there's a bubble of sorts around all of it, but I've noticed myself like being disgusted, and I've had like looking at people that in the street, like I was somewhere and I looked, this guy, he just looked the same look that David Chauvin had. I mean,
Derek.
Yo, it was wow. And I was just like, this, let me just be this motherfucker. He probably don't even, like, I found myself sounding like my mother when she, because again, our parents saw some shit that we didn't see. And I never understood that, how she lumped things together. I'm like, Mom, you can't do that. But now I get it. But my thing is, because my faith and what I believe in, my spirituality, it won't allow me to accept that part that comes up. I acknowledge it. I even honor it. But I also ask my higher power to equip me with the space to keep the love, because without that, I'll just wither and die, and I won't be useful to the cause at all, because that alone, that's not going to help. We have to be straightforward, unflinching, but we still have to do it with love, because for ourselves, which is the first thing, right?
Right.
So manage, there's I'm going to put a lot of resources up on my page, and my friend's going to help me do a link tree. So all the things that I think are necessary for us to get through these times and to continue the fight in a healthy way, take care of ourselves. I'm going to link all of that, especially my brothers, because I know, Terrell just gave a, example and shared how he feels and what's going on with him being a Black man in this country, being marked for death, period. That is a state of trauma. That is a state of emergency. And we have to make sure we deal with that and help our brothers deal with that, as well as take care of ourselves and, and get them to help take care. But we have to take care of each other, period. So I'll be doing that. That's what I think is important. All right, I'm done. Soapbox is broken down.
But everything you said was necessary, and you didn't lie, not once.
Where's the lie?
Where's the lie? We love you to pieces, Miss.
Love you too.
Love you,
babe. I'll see you when you come downstairs. Javon, I love you, babe. Bye. Love you, Javon. Love you guys. Stay up.
Yo, peace world. It's the Love King of R&B, Raheem Devon, and you're in the basement with Javon and Therese. Keep it locked right here.
Hey, it's your girl Allison Williams, and you're in the basement with Javon and Therese.
And you're listening to Brunch in the Basement with Javon and Therese, playing my kind of music.
Know she's watching in the background.
Well, hi, Mom. How you doing? What's your mama's name?
Juanita.
Juanita, you know I love you, no matter what you do. And I hope you understand me. Every word I say is true, 'cause I love you. Oh, 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 oh. That's for Juanita, yeah.
She's not. She's going to be floating today. Floating today.
So when I come to town, I know she's gonna have. Can she cook? Can she cook? Mama
She can
cook?
cook. Oh yeah.
When I come to town now, I'm gonna look for them greens and cornbread. Yeah.
Still in the basement, no longer alone, with my homegirl Therese on the microphone. Music politics are just chatting it up. Brunch in the basement, see that's what's up. You never know who might run through. Legendary artist or someone brand new. You miss a lot when you miss one day. At least that's what I heard somebody say. But it doesn't really matter what whoever says. It's always a good show with Javon and Therese. Yeah. Brunch in the basement with Javon and Therese. Yeah. Let's see who we got today. Come on, everybody's a friend in my head. I already know everybody. Whatever it is, it's gonna be good. One day I'll tell you about me and Shaka Khan, but you know.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. But she doesn't know anything about it. But anyway. No, she doesn't. She wasn't even there actually. But anyway.
All our bosses though, Jay. Like she's got our ears and
I'm gonna send y'all some perfume. I'll definitely get an address. I'll send y'all out tomorrow.
You can send me some cologne, because I mean, you know, yeah. Just in case I should meet Shaka Khan, I want to smell really, you know, nice.
Oh God.
Okie dokie, man. Whatever you say.
I just wanted to wish everybody a happy Shaka Hanukkah. All right, thank you. Let's carry on. I'm sorry.
Javon, there's a pill you're going to be able to take for that.
I promise not to tell them which way you went, but they're coming for you.
The time, so
and we thank you for that.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. This part, that little piece, I'm just gonna keep and play it all the time for myself. But no, I'm just teasing. And I think it's time, Therese, to do a little rapid fire with Mr. Richard Pryor Jr.
I think so. So
yeah.
Don't worry, we won't hurt you.